you'll have to excuse this angle setup. I've got 30 minutes until I need to be in work, having eaten, and be ready to start the course that I'm delivering. So we are multitasking. I have just got back from my swim, just dried the ends of my hair off, and I'm just putting a tiny bit of makeup on. I realise, this is completely off topic of what I was going to talk about, but I have realised that one of the things that makes me feel good in a day is looking semi-presentable. So I used to just turn up at work with like hair done, but like pretty much just rolled out of bed, done my skincare and that, and I realised that the days where I did make a little bit more effort, I felt better in myself, and I felt that I did more, and it just like impacted my training, everything. When I'm dressed and sort of like done a little bit of makeup, I feel better in myself, and therefore I perform better, I work better. So that is why I just put 10 minutes aside just to make myself look a little bit more presentable on the day-to-day. I don't know if I've said that, but I've just got back from my swim. I don't even think I've introed this video, so you've just at the moment had me getting ready and then me chatting shit about putting some makeup on. So hello, welcome back to the YouTube channel. I hope you're having a wonderful day. Thank you for clicking onto this video. As you'll see from the title, this is a test week. So a week in my life of training whilst I am testing. I'm pretty sure I vlogged my last training week, so it'll be really interesting to have a look at how that differs to this week. I've obviously got all my stats and stuff so that I know whether I've made improvements, and yeah, test week started on Sunday. My training week does usually go Monday to Sunday, but just because of the race that I did at the weekend, it started on Sunday because my coach just used the time that I got for that race to determine my paces and stuff, which is okay, but difficult because I don't feel like it's an accurate representation of whereabouts I'm at, because of the hill on the course. So we'll see how the paces go. We may test and adjust, we may speed things up, slow things down, but yeah, happy anyway. I have just done my 400 and my 200 metre swims this morning, and I wouldn't go as far as to say that I'm buzzing, because I've been up since 5 o'clock and I don't think anyone can be buzzing when they've done that. But I am very, very happy. So the goal was to get sub 7 for my 400 metre swim, which I've never done. I have always sat around the 7:10 mark, but I also haven't really until the last until the training for the 70.3 that I did in October, I haven't really swam consistently. And even then, the swimming when I was out in the US was few and far between. So I feel like this is the first chance that I've had to do some consistent swimming, like consistently hitting 2 sessions a week, if not 3, and I have reaped the rewards of that. So my swim has gone down, as I say, from that, I was sitting at that sort of 7:10 mark. I think I'd hit 7:09, 7:06, but never come under that. And this morning I have just hit 6:51. So I am absolutely chuffed. I'm so, so happy. The goal was sub 7, so to be 10 seconds under that is just, I'm really happy with that. And then I had a 200, and again, my 200s, I've never really hit sort of sub 320. I've hit some like 322s, 325s, but never hit below that. And I just hit 316. So my critical swim speed pace, I just need to find a claw clip. Oh, come on, have one in there please. It's a teeny one. Is that gonna work? Yeah, it'll work. It'll work for now. My critical swim speed pace has gone from 1:56 to 1:48. So I have made some significant improvements, and this is why like setting goals in between big training goals is so important, because now because I've entered that feedback loop of like action, progress, motivation, I feel so good. I've made some progress and I'm seeing that now, and that's like the determination, the kicker to keep going, essentially. So next up, test week, I've got the FTP. I don't know why I'm sat looking in the mirror at this point. I've got the FTP, so functional threshold power, on the bike, which is meant to be tomorrow, but once I finish this course today, I just need to sit down and move a few things around, because tomorrow is a very busy day for me. So I would rather not be stressing and doing it. It may just mean that I have to get up really early and do it in the morning. But that is the update from the swim. I am a very happy girl, and also a girl that really needs to get to work. So I will see you when I'm doing my FTP. Come on. Look. Look, boo. Come on here. Look. Puppy. Puppy. Right. Hopefully you can see that. I've just finished. It was actually the ramp test, which I've never done before. So that was really interesting to try something different. So if you don't know the difference, the FTP test that I've done before is 20 minutes, just ride as hard as you can. Whereas that FTP ramp test that I've just done is a minute gradually increasing until you can't go anymore. And I completed the minute at 240. Then, because of how long the watt bikes take to stop, my average watts that was above 200 then was like dropping, so it dropped to 172 by the time it stopped. So that's why I don't seem too happy, because I sort of lost my head about it. And I don't know if that's normal. I don't know if just because I was averaging that, my FTP is actually lower, or whether it's just like the fault of the watt bike. So I'm waiting for a message back from my coach just to give me a little bit more info. But yeah, I mean, it's still an increase, and I think it's an increase of like 20 watts, which is quite like, it's alright. But to know that it could have been there, I don't know, it's just annoying, isn't it? But there we go, I've now got a 2-mile run, so I'm just going to do it on the treadmill. So that's my plan now, 2 miles. I think it's at like a steady pace for me. So hopefully it'll get some frustration out that I'm feeling before I go into work for the day. Oh. So it is significantly later on. Notice a theme here, because this happened in my last video as well. I've just almost finished editing this, but I thought I would provide an update. So, lock in. I don't know how long this chat is going to be, but where to start? So the FTP test, I got the message back from my coach at the time, and despite the fact that it was the watts had dropped, it was the last minute that I sustained, which was 240, and then 75% of that, which worked out that my new FTP that I am working off for the next training block is 180, which was a significant increase, like a really significant increase of like 40 watts. So I was really happy with that. Both tests from that week, the swim and the FTP, made significant increases with, shows that what I was doing was working, was committed to the process, and that everything was going really well. So that's good. We're in a good position with that. Since then, so that was not last week but the week before, things have changed slightly. Last week, or this week because it's currently Sunday as I'm editing this, was a very interesting week in terms of life, in terms of having to make some really big decisions about my future and my career and where that puts me in terms of, like I say, my career, my family life, my my time that I'm meant to be going away later on in the year, and just had to make some really big decisions. And one of the things that played into those decisions was the 70.3. And at one point it was being switched off because I was going to be on a course, but I'm no longer on that course. So the 70.3 is still going ahead. And as of today, we are 14 weeks away from the 70.3, which is absolutely wild. But also in the last week, I needed to make a decision about where I am going with my training program. And the one thing that is most important to me of this whole journey, and one of the things that my team that I work with, the team that I coach, are probably sick and tired of me hearing, is saying, like, yes, sometimes we need to do things that we don't enjoy and that we need to push ourselves and build ourselves. But if all of the stuff that you are doing you don't enjoy or you're dreading, then maybe we need to have a conversation about it, and maybe we need to look at what we can do to improve that and increase that enjoyment, but also whether what we're doing is right or whether something needs to change, whether that is me coaching you needs to change, whether that's something that I can implement, whether that's something you can implement. And that's something that I'm really, really passionate about, because if you don't enjoy it, it's a slog. When you've had a long, hard day at work, the last thing you're going to want to do is go and do that bit of training, go and do that thing. And that has made me made the decision for me. A lot of reflection. I did a trail run with one of my pals last Sunday. Yes, I did stack it. Yes, I did fall over. But the whole weekend I spent a lot of time reflecting and trying to understand, like, what is important to me, what do I want. And if I'm spending 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 hours of my week training, I need to be enjoying that. And I have decided to go away from the current programming that I had and into a new program, not for anything other than I just needed a change. And so I start that new program tomorrow, which was perfect really, because this week has just been an absolute write-off. As much as we can try and plan and account for things that happen, having a sickness bug, being away with work whilst getting the sickness bug, loads and loads of things, it was just not vibing with me. So the new program was always meant to start this week. Last week was just meant to be a bit of maintenance, but also I use that as an opportunity to rest and recuperate. Now, what this new program does start with is a test week, which I'm not going to do. I don't need to redo it. I don't need to prove to myself or to anybody else that I got those numbers. I got them. I achieved them. So the first few days of next week, I'm not testing. I am just going to do, like, where I would have a 40-minute ride FTP test, I'm just going to do another 40-minute ride, which is going to reintroduce me back into training after having the week off, make sure that, like, my body is dealing with everything okay, make sure that we are moving. But I'm really, really looking forward to it. I am absolutely nigh on focused in, and I am ready to go. I have set the goal, I'm working towards it, and I'm really, really looking forward to the 70.3 now. I was having a conversation earlier on Insta actually, and someone said, when's the full? And did doing 2 70.3s count as a full? I'm not going to get 2 half tattoos, so you don't need to worry about that, any of you Ironman tattoo enthusiasts or evidence checkers. It's not going to happen. But as I say, with enjoyment, with trying to balance work, coaching, life, training, competing, doing things like YouTube, doing Instagram, I just don't want to put too much pressure on it. I feel as though I've got a lot of pressure on me at the moment anyway, and these sort of things are my release, and I don't want them to turn into anything other than a release and anything other than something I enjoy. So at the moment, a full is off the cards, but that's not to say that it's not. I may feel differently after doing the 70.3 and doing it with a better, more consistent build-up training. Obviously last 70.3 I didn't have that consistency with being in America, but that is absolutely okay because we still made it to the finish line in a very respectable time. So I'm really, really looking forward to this. I just wanted to give a little bit of context to finish the video off. So that is 2 short videos in 2 weeks. Well, moving forward, we should have a little bit of longer content, but if you want this shorter style videos, please let me know. It is sometimes harder to get some content when I'm training in a gym that's got loads of other people in it. I don't want to film them. I'm going out for a run and the last thing I want to do is even get my hands out of my gloves to get my phone working or to get recording or whatever it is, because it's just so cold at the moment. But we make excuses not. We will get some more videos out over the next few weeks. But if you're here and you're listening, thank you so much for clicking on this video, for spending some time with me. Please, if you're here, don't forget to like, comment, let me know what races you're doing, let me know what your goal is, let me know if you've done a test week and how your test week has gone, because it is good every now and then to retest and see how things are going. So if you haven't, I urge you to do so. But like I say, thank you so much for clicking on this video, watching through to the end. I appreciate you following the journey and look forward to seeing you in the next one.